So first video review for this week is for Breaking Point by Amy Bright. I have just posted my Goodreads review, so if you want to check that out, if you're on Facebook or on my blog, there's a link within the post, and if you are on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So I was super excited to read this. Amy Bright is one of my fellow reviewers over at Lesbireviewed. She's a really avid reader, and she sent me her novella to read, and of course I wasn't going to refuse. I'm super excited to have read it, and I'm super excited to tell you about it now. So even though this is a novella, it's absolutely packed with drama. Literally, I looked at it, I thought, oh my god, I've got 6 chapters, it's just going to be a really nice story, and then bam, did I get drama. I got so much drama. It was really intense, and I really liked that. So it's a story about Andy and Dawn. They're instantly attracted to one another when they meet on their travels abroad, so it really is an instant attraction. You're kind of diving straight in with these two characters, and the fact that they really like each other. They have got that stereotypical just met and obsessed with each other type of like attraction feeling. Like they just know they really have to be together, and they really are going to fight to make it work. So because they've hit it off, and they decide they want to keep seeing each other, that's how intense it was from like the moment they met. They do that, but they have a problem, because here's where all the drama comes in. Dawn's best friend has feelings for her, and she has, like, for a long time, and so these feelings that Dawn's best friend has they often lead to heartbreak for Dawn. They really impact on Dawn's relationships, whether they be other friendships, relationships, romantic interests, whatever. They're messing with Dawn's life big time, and she has a lot to deal with, Dawn, if she's truly going to find happiness with Andy. That's the main premise of this. So it really is a story, like I say, with lots of drama in it, lots of conflict between 3 characters who are not quite in a love triangle, but could be. And so I really liked that about it. It sort of gave it, because it was only over 6 chapters, like I say, it was only a novella, it's a really short story. It gave a really fast pace to the novella as well, because it had a lot to process and a lot to go through in 6 chapters. So for me, I just wish it had been a novel. Like, I really do. I loved it as a novella, but imagine it as a novel. It would have been epic, like so epic. But it worked really well as a short story. Like I say, it kept that tension and it kept that pace, and it just was all over so fast that I really wanted there to be more of it. But it really did keep itself exciting, and like I say, building tension of the situation was really clear throughout the chapters. And it really was, I'm going to keep calling it a love triangle. It was such an unconventional love triangle between Andy, Dawn and Tess that, I mean, the obsession just overruled the story, and it really helped to really push the plot and created all the drama and intensity to keep the short story exciting. But you know, you've got to know the characters and their situation quite well, and that's because Amy's used a first person narrative with it. So you really got quick insight into the characters' thoughts and feelings from both Andy and Dawn's perspectives, and it was that build-up of tension that was created through that first person, because you could just get hooked as a reader and fully invested in the outcome of their relationship, because you were going through a process with them on quite a personal, intimate level. So I really liked that as well. The narrative worked so well for this story. But I did like the instant attraction between Andy and Dawn. It can sometimes seem very forced for short stories, but in this story it just seemed naturally to fit. And if it hadn't have done that, if Amy hadn't have gone down that route of them having the instant attraction, she really would have been building a bigger story, and it might have taken longer to get to all the excitement and drama. So I think it really worked well. And both characters, they were so forward and outspoken, and they really just went for what they wanted. To have 2 strong character personalities kind of made a bit of a change coming together like that, because usually you have the one that knows and the one that doesn't know, and so therefore they're instantly attracted, but there's always one that makes the first move. Whereas with these 2, it was like equal pegging. You know, it was like, I make a move, you make a move, but it was all together. You know, they were really strong characters, really outspoken, and really knew what they wanted, even though you got to see, mostly from Dawn's point of view, some vulnerability, but their relationship was really interesting. It was like they were made for each other, and they had a real level of understanding and caring about each other, especially Andy. I mean, coming into a situation like the one with Dawn and Tess, I mean, that's a big situation to come into, and to handle it the way she did was really admirable. And you know, again, they were characters who really came with life experience, so they had a lot of knowledge and they were sensible in their decisions and making decisions and how to handle situations, even if at times their vulnerability overtook and it made it a bit more difficult for them, especially sort of in Dawn's case. There was a lot of emotion for her. But I think Tess was my favourite character. And I only say this because, well, if it wasn't for Tess, we wouldn't have a story, really. And although nothing was told from her perspective, she was really a driving force and a glue of it. And so I loved how her character also developed throughout the unfolding drama, but in a way that you perhaps weren't expecting it to from that very first chapter. It was a really clever sort of way of building in a character, to push two characters who had an attraction closer together, when her main goal was obviously wanting to keep them apart. It was really clever. So it was a great, exciting novella, and I'm really excited to read Amy's future works now because there's some great imagination going on there. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of Breaking Point by Amy Bright. If you've read Breaking Point, please let me know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy it? How did you find it? Do you wish it was a novel? Oh my god, imagine if it was a novel. I'm like, oh god, if it was a novel. But I love it as a novella. I will say that I do love it as a novella. Something short to read sometimes is nice and refreshing, and gives you a different type of story. So I'm happy either way. But let me know what you thought, and if you haven't read it yet, or if you are planning to read it, or if it's on your to read list, or you're now really interested in reading it, again, let us know, because it's always great to hear what you're interested in reading. And if you do grab a copy of it, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.